Okay, hi, I'm Charlotte. Welcome to this channel. This will be a book channel, a bookish channel, maybe a little bit of life, maybe if I ever do anything exciting, which is rare, but it does happen sometimes. So welcome. I have a BookTok and a Bookstagram, and I just decided to join the BookTube community as well because 14-year-old me really wanted a YouTube channel, so I'm just gonna live that out. Okay, so this video is my September hopefuls because I would say TBR, but I never stick to a TBR, ever. I had one for August, didn't read a single book off of it. So I kind of fail at them, you know, like they don't make me read them. But these are the books that I'm hopeful to read in September, which is basically a TBR. I understand they're the same things, but I feel like if I title it differently, it makes it better for myself personally. Anyways, so let's get into it because I'm actually being very ambitious this month and there's quite a lot of books, even though I've only just got out of a reading slump. Okay, so the first book is Once Upon a Broken Heart. This has been all over my For You page recently. I feel like it's just gotten loads of traction, and I think it's because the next book has just come out. But very excited to read this. This is kind of like sells her soul to the devil kind of vibes. It says, what does it say? Desperate to stop the wedding and heal her wounded heart, Evangeline strikes a deal with the charismatic, wicked Prince of Hearts. In exchange for his help, he asks for free kisses to be given at the time and place of his choosing. Are you fucking kidding? I'm not much of a fantasy girly, like I'm not, but like I'm excited. And I'm also buddy reading this with my best friend, so it just makes it even more exciting. I love buddy reading. So fun. Sticking to the fantasy vibes, Fourth Wing. This was on my August TBR and also maybe my July TBR. I feel like I've been saying I was going to read this for months. I literally bought this when it was being really hyped up on TikTok, like May time. And I just haven't read it yet. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, because it's so hyped up, I'm kind of scared to read it. Because what if I don't like it? You know, like what if I don't enjoy it? Or what if it doesn't live up to the hype? Or I don't know, but I don't think it will. I think I will love it. Like I do think I'm gonna really enjoy it, but I'm nervous. I don't really know what it's about. I know it's about dragons, and I don't really want to know what it's about because I want to go into it blind. And I also want to try and finish it in one sitting because I feel like everyone finishes it in one sitting, so that's my goal. So the next two are kind of like maybes of the month because I don't know if I'm going to read this. So this is Keeping 13, which is the second book in the Boys of Tommen series. I read Binding 13 last month. It took me a week because look at the size of them. I feel like I'm going to enjoy this one a lot more than the first one because this is not a slow burn, because the first one is a slow burn, so the slow burn should be out of the way. The feelings have been admitted, they've kissed, so they should be good in this one, right? Logically, they should be okay, because I can't do another slow burn. I literally can't. Like, it was too much for me. And like the next two books are the same size. And like I'm just like, why? Like, I feel like romance books don't need to be this long. And there are a lot more to these books than just romance. Like, it's not just romance. But like, they're just so long. So I might read this in bits, because also it can be quite heavy, so like emotionally heavy, not well, it's also physically heavy to hold. That is a maybe, and a hopeful but a maybe. Okay, so this is a maybe for the month. This is My Policeman by Bethan Roberts. I kind of know what this is about. This is about like two gay men in the closet, right, in the 1950s. And there's like letters involved. It's like letter tropes or like diary trope or something like that. Ooh. The two lovers must share him until one of them breaks and 3 lives destroyed. Fuck, okay. So this is my best friend's favourite book, and I'm trying to read all my best / close friends' favourite books. So anyways, Defy Me. This is obviously part of the Shatter Me series. I love this series with my whole heart. I love Aaron Warner. I'm trying to long this out as much as possible. I read Restore Me in like April. I've literally been trying to like space out so I don't like binge it and like it's over and I'm sad. But I've only got Imagine Me left after this one. But I feel like it's time. I feel like it's time to start closing the chapter a little bit of me reading this. So I'm gonna read this month and then hopefully Imagine Me next month, and then I will be done with it. And I'm sure I'll be really upset. But I love this series so much. Kindle, we can do Kindle. So I'm currently reading Tempt by Melanie Harlow, which is her ex-boyfriend's dad. And she's planning, basically, she's planning her ex-boyfriend's wedding and ends up with his dad. And I'm absolutely loving it. I think it's amazing. So another book I'm hoping to read this month is Hideaway by Penelope Douglas, which is the second book in the Devil Knights series, and I'm also buddy reading this with my best friend. I'm not obsessed with the series because we read the first one like last summer and we're only just getting around to the second one. I just feel like it's not a series that's absolutely swept me away, and I don't know if it's just because sometimes the first book is a bit but like first books in series should be addicting enough that you pick up the second one immediately, in my opinion. Okay, so another book on my TBR that I'll be reading on my Kindle is Archer's Voice by, I think it's like Mia something, I don't know, but that is one of my best friend's favorite books and I will be reading it because obviously I'm reading my friend's favorite books. I don't really know much about it. She does post about it on her book accounts and stuff, but like I honestly couldn't tell you off the top of my head what it's about. I know it can be a bit emotional and I'm pretty sure the male main character is deaf, I think. Okay, so the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. So I have actually started Flawless. I'm this much in, but I read this months ago because I put it down because of life. I started this and then had to put it down because my week got really hectic and then I just wasn't in the mood for it anymore. It's not a bad book, it's not, but like I just put it down. So I literally put it down halfway through a chapter as well, which is awful. That's absolutely awful behaviour from me. This is a bull rider and then like his agent's daughter, and it says the rules were simple: keep my hands off his daughter, but now I'm stuck with her and there's only one bed, and well, rules are made to be broken. I haven't gotten that far in that I'm obsessed, but I know that I will be. Like, this series is so well hyped and I trust every single person that is obsessed with this series. Like, I trust their opinion of books so much. So like I believe it will be amazing. I'm going to Italy at the end of this month, so I'm hoping that these books are going to be the ones I read in Italy, but I am currently on the small town kick, so I may read these sooner, but we'll see. Okay, so the second book is Powerless, which it says 2 childhood best friends, 2 broken hearts, 1 impromptu road trip to get away from everything. The one thing about me is best friends to lovers is my favourite trope ever, especially if it's childhood best friends. Childhood best friends to enemies to lovers, or childhood best friends to strangers to lovers. Love it. But friends to lovers just generally, period, favourite trope. I love it so much. I just love it. And I don't care what anyone says. Sounds like this is gonna be my favourite because it is friends to lovers. And then we've got Heartless, which I believe is a single dad. Yeah, so this is nanny and single dad. Working as a nanny for the grumpiest single dad should have been simple, except I can't keep my eyes off him and he can't keep his hands off me. Oh my god, this series just, I can't believe I've just ignored the series on my bookshelf for ages. Okay, so Reckless is also bull rider. It says notorious bull rider, ladies man, scorching hot trouble wrapped in a drool-worthy package. And he's looking at me like I might be his next meal. I'm almost free of my toxic marriage. And I have sworn off men entirely. So when I see the look... Ooh. Oh my god, this sounds scandalous. So basically, she's recently divorced. They have a one-night stand and she gets pregnant. This is the pregnancy trope, which I don't normally like, but you know what? I will give it a chance, because that one sounds scandalous. That one sounds like a little bit of fun and drama. So that's all the books I'm hoping to read in September. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please stick around. If you didn't, then fuck you. That's fine. You're entitled to the opinion that you don't like me, but why are you still watching? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're watching, then like you're obviously obsessed.